Good evening. This is MD from the Raw Discussion, and today I'm going to respond to a couple individuals' comments about a statement that I made where I said black males, if you're mad at white people for making money from private prisons, then stop committing crimes. I'm gonna say that one more time. What I said was referring directly to black males. If you are mad at white people for making money from private prisons, then stop committing crimes. Now, that statement is made to a lot of black individuals, especially young black males in America, who feel it's cool to commit crimes against other black people. And the prison system, I feel, was created um, eventually to make money off of course, but it was created to keep criminals off the streets from robbing the American citizens of their opportunity of the American dream. That's what I felt like prisons. This is my theory based on my research, how I personally feel. I feel like in the United States, they sell it through the world. United States is a big tourist destination. But if we're looking at it from a global standpoint, and it's the land of opportunity. It's one of the biggest things they tell you. That's why so many different cultures from so many different peoples from all over the world fight their way, scheme their way, whatever way they can to get to America, because it's the land of opportunity. I feel, like I said, prisons were created for the citizens of America, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Spanish, whether you're Indian, whoever you are, whatever culture you come from, is there so you could take individuals that's committing crimes against other Americans and against other people visiting Americans, you sending them to jail. Let me say that again. I feel personally that the reason why prisons and the prison system was created in America to be where it was at first, back in the days when they were sending, after blacks were free from being slaves, they were locking black people up, creating the first prisons and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I understand that part. All right, that has a whole different type of meaning than what it means right now. So my feel on it is prisons are operated to the point where they're building prisons over and over again is to be able to stop the citizens of America, to stop them from creating crimes against other citizens of America, which will stop them from achieving the American dream. If there's people in America committing crimes against other people, there might be somebody that's next door to you, right? And he may work up every single day. He may got five beautiful children, and he may work 9 to 5 every single day trying to save up all his money for him to get into a brand new house, which is a part of his American dream, right? He want to own a new house for his children and for his woman and for himself. And he's working. He works every single day, 15 hours a day, no breaks off, no vacations, no nothing, right? And he saves enough money to be able to do it, and some person robs him and takes all the money. Prisons are created to stop that shit from happening. The law and the time that you get, like certain cities, you'll get like 40 years for an armed robbery. That right there should stop you from committing armed robbery. You have to look at yourself as an individual, and you got to be able to look at it like, damn, if I go and rob that store, I'm going to get 40 years in prison. You have to think it like that. Or maybe people don't even care to even do that research. Maybe there's people in America that says, "Hey, I don't give a fuck what the time is. I need what I need right now. You look like you got it. I'm gonna go there and rob you." Is that the way that Americans should be? As an American citizen right now sitting at your home, shouldn't you have the right to walk outside your house at any given time of the day? I don't care if it was 12 o'clock in the evening time. I don't care if it was 2 o'clock in the morning. You should be able to walk through your neighborhood and go to the store and do something productive in your life without worrying about some another American citizen robbing you, killing you, raping you, making you feel uncomfortable, or whatever it may be. You should have that right in America right now to do that. That's a part of the American dream. Is to be able to go anywhere you want to be able to go and your life is not threatened. Now, in order to stop that from happening, you may have one or two things that can happen. You can have a system of government that kills people who does that to another American system, or you may have a prison system that if you're caught doing that shit, they're going to lock your ass up. So I feel like a lot of when I say these things, a lot of people focus more attention on the person that's committing the crime and not more attention on the fucking victims of the crime. There's nobody talking about the victims. Nobody's talking about the guy that got his head busted because the dude wants to take $50 out of his pocket, the last of his paycheck that he had to use to be able to get his kids something for school, or to be able to just give them something because he wanted to. Nobody's talking about that person. Everybody's talking about the fucking person who actually put the gun to his head and robbed him, and they worrying about how much time he gonna get. Or they worrying about, oh, the prison ain't comfortable enough for this person. Oh, he really didn't mean to rob him like that. Everybody's trying to find excuses for the criminal. But nobody has no empathy and no sympathy and no love for the victims. And I just think it's fucked up. And it's my theory on it. Right? Other people may feel whatever they want to be able to feel. I mean, that's all good, but it's just my theory on it. My theory is to solve the problem. And I have phases in how I solve the problem. I identify what the problem is. I figure out how was the problem even created. And then I create my second phase. I start finding ways to eliminate the problem. And then finally, I find a way, if there is a way, I find a way to cure the problem. And then find a cure so strong that it will stop the problem from ever occurring again or ever resurfacing again ever. It's like a cure. That's how I think. I don't give out excuses and none of that shit. I just look at the problem. I'll be like, if that problem is stopping somebody's life from moving forward, then it must be removed probably. If that problem is killing people, it needs to be removed. If that problem is stopping an individual from being successful in America, then the problem should be removed. It's kind of like how I think on it. Right? So when I made the statement, if you're mad at white people for making money from private prisons, then stop committing crimes, I felt like that's what needs to happen. Because the only way you're going to be able to make money off of a prison is if you have inmates. That's the only way. You're pretty much going to make majority of your money. That's why the federal government is funding so many different projects to be able to create these prisons or whatever it may be. I don't know directly like what they actually are doing. That's some secretive shit that they doing. But we know that there's private prisons around the world, right? They being built. So money is creating a way for them to be built. Now, in order for them to be able to run successfully over years and years and years and years in time, you need fucking inmates. Right? You need inmates. Now, if you don't have any inmates, the prison is going to crumble. You're not going to have nobody making money. It's going to be a bad investment. Because somebody's going to be like, hey, why am I investing money into a prison and there's inmates in that joint? So they'll go a little bit further. They'll say like, oh, we're going to start arresting people or start doing stuff to make people commit crimes in order to go to these prisons. And I feel like, yeah, that's kind of crazy.